These are videos humans were never meant to see. Okay, so we all know how the Titanic sank and snapped in half. But have you ever wondered what it looked and sounded like? If so, the video I'm about to show you is a pretty accurate description of what it looked and sounded like at the moment the Titanic snapped in half and sank. A survivor also said that they can't even go to baseball games anymore because it reminds them of all the screams the night of the Titanic. Here's the video, and it's pretty disturbing. So yeah, that video is absolutely disturbing. Just imagine being there while the Titanic's sinking in the middle of the ocean at night. It's something straight out of your nightmares.
Hey, it was good, man. Cell reacts with another one. We definitely got another video for y'all. Crazy video. But before we get into the video, what I need y'all to do, please go subscribe to the channel. Spam that like button on this vid for me, please. I'm telling you, we're gonna go up. More content gonna come through, and all the love gonna be shared, between all of us, But with no further ado, man, let's get right into this wild video that I got for y'all.
One thing I really want your generation to embrace is that the Earth is a closed system. We cannot leave the Earth. There's no place to go.
Rockets don't have brakes. It literally stopped. All of that angular momentum from the rotation of the rocket and the linear momentum from flying up just stopped.
Kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back, and the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the stadium. Oh, Simpson just broke this dream's reality wide open.
Now watch what happens when I drop in this heavy metal nut. It sinks right down to the bottom. But when I drop in this grape, which isn't quite as dense, it sinks down through the top two layers and sits on top of the syrup. This bottle top slowly sinks down through the oil and sits on the water, and this piece of sponge floats on the top. Pretty cool, huh? They've all got different densities. Because this syrup is denser than the water, it sinks to the bottom. Then pour in some cooking oil and leave it to settle.
We can also prove this fact of relative density by filling a balloon with approximately half helium and half air. Since helium is lighter than the oxygen, nitrogen, and other gases that compose the air around us, filling a balloon with just the right amount of helium to compensate for and balance out the density of the plastic results in a gravity-defying, levitating balloon at equilibrium that neither rises nor falls.
I mean, the only sucky part about that is if the Earth is flat, really, you've just been lied to your entire life. That's about all. But other than that, what else can you do? We've been lied to. If they came out today and said, hey, the Earth is flat, you can be like, oh man, what else are y'all lying about? So, what can we really do? That's about all. Just continue life and, keep going.
We got another one over here? What are those? What the fuck's going on? On each side of the boat? What are those trails called? What's something swimming fast underneath that water? Something swimming real fast underneath that water. I hear him. Where's she at? What the fuck is that noise, bro? What is that noise? Where are you? This is crazy. I heard it. I hear it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I know one thing. That damn sure ain't no dolphin. So I mean, it's making noises like that. I mean, I know dolphins do make noises, stuff like that, but I that don't sound like no dolphin noise. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Was no clear shot of what that was, but that is creepy.
Now John Levine continues with what he and Commander Rutledge found in the 3-mile-long ancient craft on the back dark side of our moon. So what is the discussion in detail back in 1976 between you and Commander Rutledge about this extraordinarily beautiful Polynesian-looking preserved female in one of the cockpit chairs?
Neither of us could understand how could she possibly be that well preserved.
And what is it that you're looking at first?
Her skin was all intact, and she was wearing clothing, a dress of some sort, possibly a jumpsuit type of thing. And it seemed to be very much intact, no deterioration at all to speak of.
What about those tubes on her face?
Well, William Rutledge believed that they had to do with controlling the spaceship.
That those tubes on her face were controlling from her mind this huge 3-mile-long craft, and she was the pilot, and the gray was like a co-pilot?
Well, they had a control panel that looks like you put your hands on it. And apparently the controls, the ship's computer, interfaced directly with the pilots.
Okay, and we saw that in Roswell. The 6-fingered panels. I've talked with both scientists and military people who have confirmed for me they've had their own hands in those panels from 47. There were 6 fingers on those particular beings.
5 fingers with opposing thumb.
So that would match what came down in Roswell.
Yes.
Did you and William Rutledge then have discussions about those facts, and did you have information from NASA about look for 6-fingered embedded panels as control of the ship?
I received practically no briefing because I got there just in the nick of time for the flight. I'm sure Rutledge may have been highly trained and have had those discussions with NASA. We'd guessed that the ship had been there perhaps millennia and maybe longer.
I was going to ask you if today, have you learned from any analysis that has been done how old this big, huge 3-mile-long spacecraft, how long has it been there? How old might it be?
There have been guesses tossed around that it might be 1 million years old, might have been 100 million years old. I've even heard 1 billion years old.
And that this female was still in the pilot's?
I guess we have discovered 3-mile-long spacecrafts on the moon.
Fifth dimension explained.
Do the exercise. We're going to say rock star to ourselves without opening our mouths, without saying anything outside. We're going to say this to ourselves. We're going to say rock star to ourselves. Don't say it out loud at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the question to ask, if you've said rock star in your mind, the question to ask is, what voice is that? What voice is that? What voice just spoke? You just said rock star without moving your mouth at all. On top of that, you on top of saying rock star, you heard yourself say rock star. How can you hear yourself say rock star and no vibration of sound has happened? See, this puts a different perspective on what sound actually is. And what memory is. Memory's not in the brain, memory's in the soul. The only thing you take with you after this life is your memories or your knowledge, your experiences. That's the only thing you take. Unless you study Egypt culture, they believe you can take all this stuff with you on the other side. Just as a side note. But if you said rock star in your mind or in your being is the true answer, is the true statement. In your being, what was that voice? What was the voice that spoke? And then you heard yourself speaking. But these ears did not hear you say anything because your mouth didn't move. So the ears didn't hear it, the mouth did not move, but you spoke and you heard yourself speaking. If you close your eyes, you can see this better. If you close your eyes and put this image in another sight, if you close your eyes, you can still see this. What is the sight that can see your future? These two eyes don't see the future. These two eyes don't see the past. Yet, you can see your past and you can see your future. You can actually see your past. What is the sight that can see beyond time? Don't give it away. What is this? This is an ancient meditation. This is an ancient meditation that I am not the flesh. I am the energy, the consciousness, the being in the flesh. And this is proof. This is no faith. This is not religion. This is actual fact. You can speak without moving your mouth. You can hear without ears. You can see without eyes. So what happens when these eyes, this mouth, and this ear drops off into the grave? These other senses are all you're left with. Death is an illusion. Once you realize this, you live your life more courageously. Now, no one wants to die before their time, so you try to protect yourself. But know that this body is the limitation of you. It is not your zenith. It is not your ultimate. Your ultimate is that voice that just said rock star.
These are videos humans were never meant to see. Okay, so we all know how the Titanic sank and snapped in half. But have you ever wondered what it looked and sounded like? If so, the video I'm about to show you is a pretty accurate description of what it looked and sounded like. At the moment the Titanic snapped in half and sank. A survivor also said that they can't even go to baseball games anymore because it reminds them of all the screams the night of the Titanic. Here's the video, and it's pretty disturbing.
Like, really, the screams on that boat, like just going through that, the experience, being on the boat going down and everybody going crazy at all at one time. Man, I'd have been, man, like I said, I can really only imagine like what the people went through, man. I feel bad, man. That was crazy. These jokes. I ain't gonna fraud. I ain't gonna lie. When the eyes was behind the laptop, that got me. Then the second one was like, yeah, that was a little bit scary.
Both fingers, perfect. Can you see the shadow? The shadow of your hands, of my hands. Can you see the shadow? Okay, when I say 1, 2, 3, take your hands away. 1, 2, 3.
See, something in the back right there. See, on a real note, it was something in the back. I mean, the only thing I see is the thing in the back in the corner, like it moves. But other than that, I don't know, man. If it's a trick, it's a good trick. You know what I mean? I guess I enjoyed it somewhat.
Always check your shoes.
Side, I guess, in Florida, because these little bugs, holy cow, look at this. Look how many of these things I got.
And they hard.
These
like
little millipedes will come into your shoes and especially right after it rains. It just rained tonight. But yeah, look how many of these things are in there. Holy cow.
Oh my god, look at it.
Oh, that's a big little fucker too.
Stop it.
I'm checking my shoes every time from now on. Yo, they just be in the cut.
I was camping on a river and found this in my shoe.
Why they gotta try to make it creepy? Yo. Yeah, I'm checking my shoes from here on out, man. I'm checking everything. Tapping them. I'll be tapping the back of them Jones. Make sure everything out of there. Heck no.
And then there was 2 different aircrafts that were flown in to Roswell, New Mexico, and took the wreckage and flew it in 2 different aircrafts in case one of them crashed, supposedly. And they flew them to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. This has all been documented. Now, if that was a balloon, it was just a balloon, why would they go through such lengths? And why are there so many people that have so many stories about Roswell? What they saw was materials that could not be explained, insanely light. You would crumple it, and it would immediately flex back to the stage that was out there. They found things that had some sort of writing that resembled hieroglyphs. These people, they could have all been full of shit. It could have been just some story, but the problem is the story is very universal. When they're all telling a story, it's real similar, man.
You know what you need to know. Done.
Dark Secrets of JFK. Fact 4. According to the unauthorized biography of Jackie Kennedy, Jackie expressed her desire for a divorce as early as 1956. She reportedly shared her doubts with her mother, stating that she couldn't see herself spending the rest of her life with JFK. In an attempt to keep them together, Jackie's father-in-law, Joe Kennedy, offered her a $1 million bribe. However, the biography claims that Jackie responded by stating that it would cost Joe Kennedy $20 million if JFK were to bring home any STDs from his affairs.
Man, there's so many dark secrets with these presidents, man. What? I'm not even surprised. Like,
Mr. Bush, when are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. My friends are dead. Joshua Castile. You killed people. You lied. You lied about WMD. A million Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied. You need to apologize.
he's snapping. I ain't even gonna say too much because I don't want to be judged, really. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all watching the video. But before y'all get out of here, please go subscribe to the channel and spam that like button on this video so we can go up. But I'll see you guys on the next one.